From best friends to worst enemies, SML is full of unique and hilarious character dynamics. Some relationships, like Mario and Luigi's brotherly bond, bring warmth and teamwork to the series. Others, like Brooklyn T. Guy and his wife Karen, are so dysfunctional they make everybody cringe. Whether it's friendship, romance, or rivalry, these relationships shape the funniest and most frustrating moments in SML. In this episode, we are showing you the best and worst relationships in SML, the ones that fans love and the ones that make them want to scream. Let's see what makes these relationships so memorable. Mario and Luigi have one of the strongest relationships in SML. Even though they argue and annoy each other, their bond as brothers remains unbreakable. Their interactions provide some of the best comedic and heartfelt moments in the series. Despite their differences, Mario and Luigi rely on each other. Their contrasting personalities make them an interesting duo. Mario is the responsible and often frustrated older brother who wants to keep things in order. Luigi is goofy, more innocent, and often clueless, which leads to him causing problems without realizing it. Even when Mario gets annoyed, he never abandons Luigi when things get serious. They argue, but at the end of the day, they always come together when it matters. Here are a few examples of their best moments. Luigi's Mansion parody episode. Luigi is stuck in a haunted house while Mario refuses to take him seriously. Instead of helping right away, Mario jokes about his fear, but when Luigi is genuinely in trouble, Mario steps in. Super Mario Bros. Adventure. The two brothers go on an adventure together, highlighting their ability to work as a team even when they are frustrated with each other. Luigi Annoys Mario compilation. This episode shows a collection of hilarious moments where Luigi drives Mario crazy by singing, talking too much, or interrupting him while he's trying to sleep. Mario and Luigi's relationship feels genuine and realistic, which makes them stand out in the SML world of crazy characters. Their brotherly love and humor create some of the best interactions in the series. Bowser Jr. and Chef Pee-Pee's relationship is one of the funniest in SML. It's not a friendship, it's not a rivalry, it's something in between, a mix of chaos, frustration, and weird dependency. How their relationship unfolds: Chef Pee-Pee is supposed to be Bowser Jr.'s caretaker, but instead of acting like a responsible adult, he's miserable, sarcastic, and constantly fed up. Jr., on the other hand, is a spoiled, bratty kid who loves pushing Chef Pee-Pee's buttons. Their relationship is one-sided. Jr. lives to mess with Chef Pee-Pee, while Chef Pee-Pee just wants to be left alone. However, when something serious happens, Chef Pee-Pee is always there, even if he complains the entire time. The following examples show it all, like the time Jr. burned down the kitchen. Jr. decides to help cooking but ends up setting the kitchen on fire. Instead of taking responsibility, he blames Chef Pee-Pee for letting him cook. Jr.'s prank war. Jr. goes on a mission to annoy Chef Pee-Pee by gluing his hands together, hiding a snake in his bed, and putting toothpaste in his shoes. Chef Pee-Pee quits. After years of dealing with Jr.'s antics, Chef Pee-Pee finally quits, thinking he can find a better job. After a series of failures, he realizes that being Jr.'s servant is the only thing he's good at, so he comes back. Jr.'s pranks and chaos constantly push Chef Pee-Pee to the edge, making their interactions some of the most entertaining and chaotic in SML. Cody and Ken's relationship is one of the most unique and ridiculous in SML. Ken isn't a real person, he's a plastic doll, but Cody treats him like a living, breathing boyfriend. How their relationship works? Cody is fully committed to the idea that Ken is real. He doesn't just pretend, he acts as if Ken talks, thinks, and has emotions. The way Cody's friends react make the whole thing even funnier. Jr. and Joseph constantly roast Cody for dating a doll. Cody refuses to acknowledge reality, making their reactions even better. Cody talks to Ken like he's a real person, making for some hilarious one-sided conversations. Like in the episodes Cody's romantic dinner with Ken, Cody sets up a full date night for Ken, talking to him and acting as if Ken is responding. When his food arrives, Cody feeds Ken himself since, of course, Ken can't move. Ken's kidnapping. Jr. and Joseph pretend that Ken has been kidnapped, leading Cody to go into full detective mode. He calls the police, makes missing posters, and interrogates everyone as if Ken is a real missing person. Cody defends Ken's honor. When Jr. and Joseph make fun of Ken, Cody challenges them to a fight to prove his love for his boyfriend. No matter how many times Cody is mocked or questioned, he never lets go of his belief that Ken is real. His commitment makes this relationship one of the funniest running jokes in SML. These three relationships are some of the most entertaining and memorable in SML. Whether it's brotherly love, absolute chaos, or pure ridiculousness, these duos bring some of the best moments to the series. But not all relationships in SML are fun to watch. Some are toxic, frustrating, and straight up painful. Now, let's take a look at the worst relationships in SML, the ones that make you want to scream. Marvin and Rose. Marvin, formerly known as Mario, and Rose, formerly Rosalina, have one of the most frustrating relationships in SML. What was supposed to be a loving couple dynamic quickly turned into a toxic mess. Why their relationship is bad? Constant fighting. They argue all the time, mostly over dumb things. Rose rarely listens to Marvin, and Marvin always ends up frustrated. Rose's annoying personality. She is overly gullible and naive, which leads to her defending bad characters while blaming Marvin. Marvin always gets the worst of it. No matter what happens, Rose never takes his side, even when he's clearly in the right. Here are some of their worst moments. The hypocrite episode. In this episode, Marvin tries to discipline Jeffy, but Rose gets mad at him for being too strict. However, later in the episode, she punishes Jeffy the exact same way, proving her double standards. The time she took Jeffy's side over Marvin. Jeffy has caused nothing but stress for Marvin, but Rose refuses to acknowledge it. Whenever Marvin complains, she defends Jeffy and acts like Marvin is the problem. Rose falling for dumb scams. Rose constantly believes obvious lies, making Marvin's life even harder. A great example is when a stranger pretended to be a prince, and Rose instantly trusted him over Marvin. This relationship rarely has any sweet or wholesome moments. Most of the time, Marvin is stressed, annoyed, or mistreated, making this one of the worst relationships in SML. Brooklyn T. Guy and Karen's relationship is a textbook example of a dysfunctional marriage. Instead of showing any real love for each other, their relationship is built on constant complaining and annoyance. Why this relationship doesn't work at all? Brooklyn T. Guy hates his wife. He never has anything nice to say about Karen and constantly talks about how much he regrets marrying her. Karen is clueless. She is obvious to everything Brooklyn T. Guy says and does. Even when he insults her to her face, she laughs it off like nothing happened. They never show real love. Unlike some other comedic relationships in SML, Brooklyn T. Guy and Karen never have heartfelt moments. Their entire dynamic is based on Brooklyn T. Guy insulting Karen and Karen being annoying. Here are a few moments of their dysfunctional relationship. Brooklyn T. Guy complains about marriage every episode. No matter what's happening in the episode, he will find a way to mention how miserable he is being married to Karen. Karen's obnoxious behavior. In multiple episodes, Karen talks in an exaggerated, loud voice, constantly saying things that make Brooklyn T. Guy angry. Instead of having funny banter, it just becomes annoying. Zero chemistry. In some episodes, it feels like Brooklyn T. Guy genuinely hates Karen and wants nothing to do with her. There's no balance to their relationship, it's just Brooklyn T. Guy suffering while Karen remains clueless. Their marriage is one of the worst relationships in SML because it feels forced, repetitive, and one-sided. While it can be funny at times, there's no real dynamic or development, making it more frustrating than entertaining. Junior and Penelope's relationship is easily one of the most toxic in SML. Instead of being a cute love-hate dynamic, their interactions are full of manipulation and disrespect. Why is this relationship so bad? Junior doesn't respect boundaries. He constantly flirts with Penelope, even when she tells him to stop. Instead of backing off, he doubles down and keeps annoying her. Penelope uses Junior. She openly says she doesn't like him, yet she has no problem using him when she needs something. They don't actually like each other. Unlike classic love-hate relationships in cartoons, Junior and Penelope's interactions aren't playful or fun, they're just mean-spirited. The times this relationship couldn't get more toxic? Junior trying to impress Penelope. In multiple episodes, Junior does something ridiculous to get Penelope's attention, like spending all his money, lying about his talents, or making a fool of himself. Instead of being funny, it just feels pathetic. Penelope using Junior for personal gain. When Penelope wants something, she suddenly acts nice to Junior, only to go back to insulting him once she gets what she wants. Junior's non-stop flirting. Even when Penelope clearly tells him she's not interested, Junior keeps pushing it, making their dynamic feel more annoying than entertaining. This relationship doesn't have any redeeming qualities. Junior refuses to respect boundaries, and Penelope takes advantage of him. Instead of being funny, their interactions often feel awkward, forced, and irritating. What about the opinion of the fans? Why do they love or hate some of these relationships? When it comes to the best relationships, fans agree that some character duos just work because they are funny, consistent, and add to the story. Like Mario and Luigi, fans love how they argue like real brothers, but still always stick together in tough situations. Their dynamic is classic and relatable. Or Bowser Jr. and Chef Pee-Pee. This one is a fan favorite because Junior's pranks and Chef Pee-Pee's meltdowns create some of the funniest moments in SML history. And Cody and Ken. Let's be real, Cody's obsession with Ken is legendary. No matter how much Junior and Joseph roast him, Cody never backs down, and that level of commitment is hilarious. Why fans can't stand these terrible relationships? Marvin and Rose, this relationship gets tons of hate because Marvin can never catch a break. Fans are tired of Rose always taking Jeffy's side and blaming Marvin for everything. Brooklyn Tea Guy and Karen. Some fans think it's funny, but many say this relationship is too repetitive. Brooklyn Tea Guy constantly complains about his marriage, while Karen acts completely clueless. It's the same joke over and over. And at last, Junior and Penelope. This one annoys a lot of fans because Junior keeps flirting with Penelope even when she tells him to stop. Instead of feeling funny, it just comes off as forced. These are just some of the biggest fan opinions on SML relationships, but what about you? Do you agree or disagree? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more SML content.